Cheers, Muses! I'm Erica Papillon Posey, and welcome to another festive episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you toward your style muse with timeless, classic, prim looks from my boudoir, as well as some content to assist you in your best lifestyle. And as a reminder, please hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of this episode. And in today's episode, we are talking about all things demure and mindful. You probably heard me mention this briefly in my previous episode, that it's something that I have been hearing a lot on the social media airwaves and what have you. It was coined and made popular by a TikToker named Jolie. I think it's Jolianne or something, Joliana or Jolianne. And she is basically talking about essentially being mindful, yet thoughtful about how it is one presents oneself in public or in, again, social settings, if you will. And it was a bit of satire. It's come across as a bit of satire, but there's actually a lot of truth in what she is saying. And to be demure, literally at its core, means to be refined and to be proper, to be refined and to be proper. And of course, to be mindful is to be thoughtful and considerate, right? In a number of things or a number of areas, if you will. And I want to kind of talk about that today because we have gotten away from dressing in a way that is thoughtful, that is mindful, that is proper, that is prim. And you know, my adjectives are timeless, classic, and prim, right? That has always been the basis for how I conduct myself, not just in terms of how I dress, but how I present myself to the public, and just period. The only time that you'll see me looking a little out of sorts or rough for wear is when I am going to or coming from the gym. Now, when I go to the gym, I still am, I would say, proper and thoughtful and mindful. I do not wear makeup or anything like that to the gym, but I do make sure that I am together and I'm not looking like I just got out of bed and got, put away wet or what have you. So yes, I want to show you 3 style inspirations today that really do hearken to almost a time of yesteryear. As far back as the Roaring 20s, you know, that Gatsby era, as well as the late 50s and 60s, primarily the 50s and early 60s, when you had performers, singers, artists like Lena Horne, Dorothy Dandridge, Sarah Vaughan, Dinah Washington. It was about the entire package, the entire presentation. Ella Fitzgerald. When you stepped onto the stage or you presented yourself in public, it wasn't just about your craft. It was about the entire aesthetic. They were presenting an experience to you. And we do not care very much anymore how we present ourselves in public. And I really do want us to focus in 2025 on going back to that era. Someone said to me, I think it was Caretha, hey girl, shout out if you're watching. I'm sure you are. But I think it was Caretha that said she was going somewhere and she loved the leather suit that I was wearing in one of the previous episodes, the all black episode that I did recently, and that it encouraged her to wear her things. And I was like, girl, wear the things, wear them. Do you realize that we were in a period, speaking specifically about the 1960s, the civil rights era, the late 60s in particular, that we were marching in heels, pantyhose, nicely tailored suits, skirt sets with pillbox hats. And one of the bags that I'm going to show you today really is indicative of the type of satchels that the ladies carried, even while protesting. I was speaking to another of my viewers today who's become a dear sister friend of mine. I've mentioned her in episodes past, Dr. Sharon McDaniel. And we were talking about the nostalgia of the period, you know, and just how we need to get back to that front facing, and it's not faking or anything. It's just a front facing expectation of holding oneself to a higher standard. I love that. I love there being formality. I miss formality. There was a time when we had, I myself, when I was majoring in opera in university, we had to take diction and enunciation classes. If you were going to be an opera singer, you were expected to present yourself in a particular way at all times when you were out in public, especially representing the university or the opera house or the symphony orchestra, whomever you were going to be representing and or performing for as a representative of. You needed to be ready. You needed to be ready. No, we didn't have a lot of money, but that did not discount you needing to look like you were ready to meet the moment. So let's hop into 3 style inspirations that really do harken back to a time that I really wish would come back again. Again, a period of being more demure, of being more mindful, right? Again, overall, just being more ladylike and again, refined and proper in one's presentation of one's self. Look number one. I started with this black number. Okay. Now I saw a couple of the girlies, the influencers, content creators do all black looks recently. And again, you know, I'm a sucker for black. I told you I'd wear black every day if I could, much like this bishop. This is actually a shirt dress with this bishop collar on it. And I really do love these sophisticated, almost tuxedo sleeves on the top. I actually purchased this from H&M about 10 years ago on clearance for about $15 or so, which really does answer that you do not have to spend a lot of money to present yourself properly and to just look put together and well coiffed, as they say, right? So again, this black number I went leather with you. Leather, highlighted with a beautiful, another one of my faux furs that this is a more recent acquisition, but we'll get to it. But I started with this sheer, oversized, just gorgeous top from, look at this, with the pearls on it. And you'll see based on the video, I actually went with mostly pearl jewelry to really accentuate and highlight the pearls on these bishop dramatic sleeves here with this beautiful oversized bow tied just slightly off center in the neck. Believe it or not, you know, I'm having to find other vendors for it. By the time we start the new year, I will have new vendors for you in terms of replacements for TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. Remember, we discussed last week that they were major donors to the Trump campaign. And as much as it hurts my heart, I will not be shopping those retailers moving into the next years. I'm just not going to do it because I'm so disappointed and disgruntled that they had the unmitigated gall to be major contributors and donators to his campaign, not just his campaign, but to the creation of and the proliferation of Project 2025. So go check it out in the previous episode where I talk about this, but I am coming to you with alternatives for those specific retailers and others that were on the list that I just want to make you cognizant and aware of. But this top is from AliExpress. Remember, I told you I have specific vendors that I have always used since 2009-10 with AliExpress, and they have never failed me. I know that they can be hit or miss for some people, but I have stuck with the same retailers and I have great success, as you have seen in episodes past, as well as episodes coming up of some jewels, some gems that I have purchased on AliExpress. Again, I've had this top about, I think 10 years or so, but from AliExpress. That was my jumping off point for this leather Yes, that I presented to you. These leather shorts, they're actually not 100%. They're not leather. They're a vegan leather. Yes, I purchased these from Amazon. They were only $9.99. They zip up on the side here. The quality is fantastic, outstanding. I actually purchased two pair. One has belt loops and one does not. This is the one that does not have belt loops on it, but it is a high rise, so it comes up and it's very forgiving over the tummy area that you want to tuck and hide a bit. But you tell me what you think about these. The fit is fantastic on these. And again, the price point is just unbeatable. Excellent. But again, I will also link the ones, the pair that I have with the belt loops on them as well. It was from the same retailer, I think it was, but on Amazon. But I think they were slightly different, maybe like a $2 difference or something in terms of pricing. But moving on in terms of what else we went with for this all black, streamlined, but still elegant and elevated for a festive holiday party or gathering or get together of some sort. But the accessories that I went with, my answer to the YSL Lee slingbacks, yes, all leather from Steve Madden. You have seen these before. Love the Art Deco heel on them. You can see the bottom there, right? Again, you've seen these before. Our answer to the Lee, the YSL Lee. And of course, I went in with my bag that I got that was gifted to me by YSL. My very first gift, major gift, if you will. I've gotten other gifts before, but in terms of designer, luxury, high-end handbags, this was my very first, and I couldn't be more happy with her. Yes, as you can tell from the video, I did go all black, but I actually highlighted this look with this cropped faux fur number from Asos. Now, I have seen the one on Zara, and actually this one, I really do like the heft and the weight of this one, in addition to the actual production of it. I tried the one from Zara. I actually did purchase it, got it in the mail. And I like the construction of this one better. Not to mention the price point is half of the one on Zara's website. Yes, I also was able to try the one on at Zara in Florence when I was there this last trip here. And I remember I told you I kind of mentioned it briefly. This last trip was a huge fiasco for me. My entire bag was stolen, and I had purchased that coat and it was in my bag. But I had already tried it on in Florence and what have you. Yes, it was a mess. It was a mess. Got it here, ordered it again, got home, received it, saw this one on the Asos website and said, I might like this one better because it's more cropped than the one on Zara's website, and tested them both out and found that I really do love this one and prefer this one better. Again, just a dramatic, oversized, just excessive collar. I love an excessive collar on a faux fur number. I don't want to come too close to the screen because it'll wash out. Ivories and whites really do that. But I went in again with my brooches, which I will link for you all in the description. But what a way to, again, elevate any look by adding brooches to the ensemble. So let me know what you think about this. Again, this one was half the price compared to the one at Zara. When I say half the price, I mean half the price. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. But I want you to check it out quickly because they were selling out. Look number 2. Let's get to look number 2. Now, this look really does remind me in terms of the material and the design of this particular. It's more like, it's not a kimono, but it's more like a duster, if you will, from the 1920s with this faux fur collar on it. The collar is detachable. You can remove it. There are button apparatus around the collar so that you can, add it at will or remove it if you so choose. But the sleeves at the bottom are also velvet, which is mimicked throughout this velvet detailing and this floral detailing throughout the entire piece. So yes, all of the black portion that you see here in the piece is all velvet. And look at this beautiful muted matte blue that shows up and is highlighted throughout this number. This is a Zara piece. I've had this one about 12, 13 years, if you will, but it really does remind me of the Great Gatsby period. Does it not? Just very elegant, very luxurious. And it also reminds me of the period of Josephine Baker, the Art Deco period in early 1920s Paris, right? It also has a velvet belt to it so that you can cinch it in to give you that hourglass figure. But the other feature that I love about this number, love, is that there are splits on both sides. So it really does have this sexy, over the top element to it that just harkens to that old world, that time where everything was a party, everything was life, and people literally were just enjoying themselves. I really do long for periods like this when people dress this way. Again, I think heavily of the Josephine Baker who dressed this way with her tiger, who wore a diamond encrusted collar as she walked him down the Champs-Elysees. No joke, this is actually real. Josephine Baker did have a tiger that wore a diamond encrusted collar that she would walk down the Champs-Elysees dressed in something very much like this. Just stellar. I miss the nostalgia of those days. How did I accessorize with this number? So that we really did bring out this blue in the dress here in the wrap. I actually went in with this suede and Taylor clutch. It does have a strap for crossbody shoulder wear, but again, as I've said in episodes past, I do not like doing handbags as crossbody unless it is something that is dressed extremely down, something like maybe I'm going hiking or something, or I'm going to the gym. You will never catch me in anything crossbody because to me, it reduces a look. It looks too casual for me. And my personality really does lend itself more toward formality, as I said earlier. So I went in with this beautiful, again, 100% Ann Taylor suede clutch that I have had about 15 years, right? Gorgeous. I actually have 3 other colors in this specific clutch from Ann Taylor. I have a natural suede, and I also have a yellow, almost like a neon yellow suede that you've seen me style some time ago. But I really love this clutch, one from my collection that I will never, ever, ever part with. I also went in with these Steve Madden 100% suede 4-inch, pointed toe heels. Are these not sexy? What? Are these not sexy? And I really do think that they highlighted the natural brown here, right? And went well with my skin tone. Just really highlighted the entire look, but still elongated. I specifically went with a brown shoe so that it didn't cut me off because of where the wrap, the duster, hits me as a shorter woman. I really wanted a longer, again, more elongated, streamlined look. So I went in with the natural color, which is, again, very close to my own skin tone, to just really highlight the dress itself. And then I went in with another article that you would have seen and would have been very, very common in the 1920s, is this black faux fur stole that one would have held like so, right? Again, very mindful, very demure, very proper, very prim, right? How wonderful. We don't even carry articles like this anymore, do we? This has been in my collection, in my wardrobe, I would say almost 20 years, literally 20 years, but she's still in fantastic condition. I don't know if you can tell, but there's actually a wrap to her. Can you tell there? I don't know, it's like a fold, right? So the back of it, it's almost like it's in a knot or what have you, but you would have held her like so, right? So you didn't have to wear gloves or anything like that. And then you would have just tucked your handbag, because there's enough room here. You would have just tucked your handbag just inside like so and carried her like this, right? Very prim, very proper. As I said, classic and timeless. I miss those days. I do. That was look number 2. Moving on to look number 3. Now, look number 3, I think really was made by the coat, the outerwear of this look. As again, it really reminds me of the late 20s, early 30s, even I think into the 60s, you would have found coats like this. And when you see this bad boy, there are so many fantastic features that you're going to love about this coat. So stay tuned. Let's get started with where we began for look number 3. I started with this front split skirt, ivory skirt, just a straight band here. And the thing that I really like about this skirt is it is an elastic band. You can't tell. It is blended seamlessly into the top of the skirt, just seamlessly. This is a Zara skirt that I got for $9.99 on clearance. We want to keep our coins. $9.99 on clearance. I've had her, I would say maybe 5, 6, 7 years or so, something like that. Also went in with this Martha Stewart. Can you believe this is a Martha Stewart top that I actually got from Marshall's about 3 years ago, I think, 2 years ago at this point. Yeah, that has all of this bejeweled detailing on it, specifically the jewels here on the collar. Yes, something that you could also wear to all of these. You could wear to any holiday festive party. And to me, it's a small departure from the typical holiday outfits that you would see, right? Kind of like the red outfit in my last episode. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Yeah, the most recent episode before this one. You would have seen, always red, always something red. And I get it because it's a color of the season. It's a color through the holiday season, if you will. But you could totally wear this, especially with the accessories that I went with to really pull this entire look together. Again, this Martha Stewart rhinestone jeweled top, especially on the collar there, as well as this skirt, the satin skirt with the split that is featured on the very front of the skirt, right? So this was definitely a monochrome look too, right? Definitely monochrome. So we went with my Jessica Simpsons. This shoe is so fitting for the holiday season. Again, you know that I have it in red as well. I am just fit to be tied when it comes to this heel. Why? Because the instep, the inlay is so comfortable. It is heavily, I don't know if you can see it here, the padding, the excessive padding going on the inside here. It's such a well-made shoe. I think that there are still some available. I've been touting this shoe now for like the past 5, 6 months or so. Again, I have it in the red as well. They are all satin. Again, spray your satin shoes so that they stay clean, they stay intact, right? But the heel, the 4-inch heel itself is also fully covered in the satin material. But the feature of this shoe is the anklet here with a little ball that's highlighted, which I really did go in and mirror with my jewelry, as you can see in the video, to just accentuate this little rhinestone ball here, right? With this rhinestone anklet that is, again, removable. Remember in the last episode, the red pair I wore, I removed the anklet and wrapped the anklet around the bottoms of my trousers so that it did this little flare out thing, but also because the trousers were so long and I didn't have time to take them to the tailors to hem them. But it's just something extra and just a little whimsical detailing and feature that you can do to your clothes to just uniquely make it your own. But yes, went in with that. And then we went in with my little satchel here from also Steve Madden. These, I actually purchased it at Marshall's, but it is by Steve Madden. You've seen my black one like this as well, but it is also ivory with this just substantial, significant rhinestone detailing on the front here, this big square. And when I tell you that it is heavy, it is so heavy. It really is. It's so beautifully made. And I don't know if you can tell, but it does have these extra little hooks here because it does come with a strap for crossbody and shoulder wear, which again, I will never use it in that manner, but it is available on this particular model. I love these. Satchels are my thing. I absolutely love satchels for dressing specifically. If I'm going to be traveling or something, I'm using an oversized tote and I'll bring like a little satchel with me. But those are my go-tos. I'm generally not a mid-size handbag woman, though I do have them, of course, like the reimagined Margot bag that I found recently. Right. Before I found out about Marshalls. But yes, I went in with this bag. Tell me, isn't that great? Isn't that great? Again, an all monochrome look that really does tie everything in together. Now, again, the feature, the magnanimity of this look came in with this, this stunner here. This is a double-breasted, all wool, belted, venting in the back. She is new to my collection. This coat was originally $300. I scored her for $140 from Banana Republic Factory. Yes, Banana Republic Factory. You know that is my go-to. The collar is detachable, removable. Just there's a buttoning apparatus that you can, again, remove it with or add it to. The sleeves on this beauty, look at this. They unzip. The sleeves unzip. There are so many wonderful features about this coat. $300, and it's so heavy. But look what else. I really want to show you this. You know that the honeycomb thing is going on right now, the oversized honeycomb and construction jackets and what have you. This one has one built in that is removable and you can wear it separately. This coat and the purchase of it was worth its weight in gold. And I got it because I always get the style cash from Banana Republic Factory. I am a VIP member of Banana Republic Factory. I'm constantly getting coupons and what have you. You all know that I shop very frequently at Banana Republic Factory, and I have an outlet very near my home, so I'm there all the time. The deals are the bee's knees. They really, really are. You cannot go wrong with Banana Republic Factory, as again, they carry offerings that are specific to my design and style aesthetic. But look at this. I just want to show you the inside. Do you see that there? The entire coat. So this is all removable and you can wear it completely separate. It is a vest vest here. You see that there? You can unbutton all of it and remove it and wear it as a vest to make it lighter. But that's why it's so heavy, because it has this extra honeycomb layering on the inside. Again, belted. Just love it. I am in love with this coat. I was shopping with my daughter when we found this, and I was actually preparing to purchase a different coat. And there was another mother-daughter in the store at the very same time of us, also African-American. And I was, my daughter said, my daughter's name is Alexis. I call her Lex. And she happened to be standing by the rounder that this coat was on. And I said, what is that you're standing next to? And she said, Mom, you're going to love this coat. And there was the other mother-daughter pair that we were talking to in the store. I said, oh my God, let me try that on. Let me try that on. I tried it on, and the other mother-daughter said, oh no, you got to get that one. You got to get that one. I was sold. And this one was more expensive than the other one, but because I had my style cash, I got it for a cool $140. This coat is every bit of a $500-$600 coat. Easy, because of all of the thoughtful design features in the coat. It's 100% wool. I just absolutely love it. The removable, reversible honeycomb vest on the inside. It is a stellar buy. This coat is one for a lifetime. This is one that stays in your closet, in your wardrobe, that you pass on to someone special, right? She's gorgeous. Yes, I will link her for you in the description below. Let me know what you thought about these looks. I think that they are all special, carry well into the present from yesteryear, from ages past. And I really want us to think, being more mindful and more demure as we barrel into 2025 with how we are front facing when we are out in public, and just being more thoughtful about how we present ourselves in public. This kind of came up on my radar also because I opened Instagram the other day, and the very first video reel that came into my feed is from an influencer that I follow. And the music, I was appalled at the music. I don't know about you all. And the other thing that was really disturbing is because the music that was being played was referencing the N-word. And to me, it was very foul. It was very vulgar. And I was super shocked because of the influencer that I heard this music coming from. But the thing that was even more shocking is that everyone in her comments liked it and commented specifically on the music that she chose to marry with the visuals of the reel. I was like, are you kidding me? This is so inappropriate. It is so vulgar, and it doesn't at all match with the aesthetic, the design aesthetic, the style aesthetic of this particular influencer. So that's why I was really taken aback by it. But it's not just her. It really is a problem, I think, with a few other influential content creators, if you will, that it's not considered. If I, as a musician, as someone who has studied music thoroughly, I'm educated in music, so I really do have a broad vocabulary where music is concerned. So if you listen to all of my music, generally speaking, I know what tunes to marry with my style aesthetic that you're looking at in the reel or the video. It's just a thing. I just have a very broad access and database for different types and genres of music because that is my background, right? But come on, there are so many more options. I literally unfollowed this person because I was so shocked at the music that was playing in the background. And we just don't care anymore. We are not, things like that are not mindful. Things like that are not demure. They're not ladylike. They're not refined. It's actually very crass to me. And I really just want us to be more considerate and honoring and respectful of yourselves, right? And how you present yourself. Generally speaking, as I have said to you in episodes past, the Italians have a phrase called la bella figura. La bella figura is to strike a beautiful pose. That is literally the translation, to strike a beautiful figure, to make a beautiful figure, meaning more loosely to make a good first impression. So you should consider the impression that you put upon other people, because it often has a lot to do with how they will treat you. And if you need to have something done, you need to get something done, you're less likely to be taken seriously if this is how you are presenting yourself in public. So thank you so very much for joining me on this episode of Suits Souls by EPP. And don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. And if you're not already doing so, please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. And this is the episode just before Christmas. So I want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, a wonderful remaining holiday season. You will see me next week. I will still record. I think I'm pretty positive I will record for this coming Sunday as well. But if you haven't gotten your Christmas shopping done yet, you better get to it, because time is drawing nigh. It really is. But thank you once again. A happy, happy holiday season to you and yours. I'll see you soon. A bientôt, Muses. Bye. Happy holidays.
Double leather, labels a squick, rich mocha hue, melanin tint.